the league phase of the competition, for me, Anessa. And in fact, the number of matches I can enough to change OBR fate, but still, you have won majority of the games in the league phase. And then you were as many as 9 games across Europe. And in terms of analysis, then we'll come back and then have the conversation. On the table, automatic sports, 8 of them, no, Echo Ama assistants now, Liverpool, Sporting CP, Monaco, Brest, Inter, Barcelona, Dortmund, and Aston Villa. They are the rest of the teams from the 9th to 24th. Almost so much in terms of the playoffs. No? Then from Paris Saint-Germain to Slavian Bratislava, out of the competition assistants now. Yes, that is straight from the Giuseppe Meazza. And then talk about an Inter Milan side. Very, very good. In fact, this weekend, I'm going to Inter against Hellas Verona. No? Me a little bit skeptical because Inter record against Hellas was not the best. But almost away to Hellas and then tamed them by 5-0. Also, one of the best teams this season, the Champions League, Simeone Inzaghi Internazionale Milan side, almost some free-flowing, very solid football. Debi Ameka says he got 3-back system now. And yet just defending about the principles of the 3-back. And Simeone Inzaghi prioritizing both phases, attack any defense now. And Oyejumano kama. And this season in the Champions League, Simeone Inzaghi one of the unbeaten sides this season in the Champions League. But unconsidered a single goal so far in the Champions League. 0-0 draw away at Etihad against Man City in match day 1. The next game, 4-0 win against Red Star Belgrade. The next one, 1-0 win over Fiifi against team, my friend, the Young Boys. Then 1-0 slim win against team, your friend, Arsenal. And then almost Eddie Acheng, a very, very tough, RB Leipzig team. Leipzig, a team on also winning one match crowd league in him this season. So a contrasting fate coming against each other. Inter Ashe or dominating or she goes. And they are coming against a Leipzig side that have not gotten the success this season our Champions League. In terms of the probable lineup, no, yeah, say Jan Sommer will be in post, Stefan De Vrij, Benjamin Pavard, and Alejandro Bastoni will make the back 3. Then, of course, the midfield 5, Federico Di Marco, Pietro Zielinski, Kylian Assolani, Nicolo Barella, Denzel Dumfries, then up top, Mehdi Taremi, Deriani, and any Branche Lautaro Martinez will lead the lines. I think Inter were very, very good base over Fiifi, and especially when they are playing at home. Even when I'm resting, I can't Clano, Guni, Henrik Mkhitaryan. I think they have enough to control the game at home and the defensive solidity heralded by the experience of Branche and Stefan De Vrij to manage the game and then get some good results. Of course, on the side of team my friend Leipzig, almost some decent names on them. So Obi to say Christoph Baumgartner, excellent player from the wide area, very, very good on and off the ball. Anyone Benjamin says Openda, very good. Away to go and play in different games. Goals, no, but it is not enough to get them the win. Our Champions League game so far, our Chon Willie Orban and Castillo Leke by centre back commanded for pair have been good. The experience of Manchester and Peter Golachi are good enough on paper, but I don't think the resurgence will start our Inter if you are one of them. The only thing is that this is a match a slim win to Inter Milan, or if you want to be more conservative, a double chance to Inter. But in a slim win, I think that should be enough. Arsenal, away to go and play away at Sporting CP. At the Stadio de Jose Avelade, Sporting. Rich, Ruben Amorim free Sporting CP. No? They have appointed another true Sporting person called Jose Pereira. Now, all three Champions League, now all of them games some are unbeaten. 10 points in there in the Champions League, including the last one, Manchester City boy and Sana, Branche and Ruben Amorim, every Kromono. So they have been good. But Jose Pereira be fair, Jumano. The first game of boy was in the Taka Liga of Portugal, cup games no more. And Oshe team on by 6-0. It tells you, say, yes, maybe Amorim is out of the team, but then there is quality on the bench in a bench FN Jose Pereira and quality on the field of play in the likes of Victor Gyökeres would want to continue from the good work and all in the Champions League. But Mikel Arteta and Arsenal will have a different thought. Because Rich, in the Champions League, Arsenal ain't Shedanye flamboyant. In fact, Arsenal season thus far ain't Shedanye too flamboyant. They've had certain issues on and off the ball. And we share our last game, I'm away come against Inter. I'm going to see by a goal to 0. Before then, they had gotten draws against Chelsea, and they are not won games in about 3 of them. Before our last game against Nottingham Forest, so Arsenal are building in confidence, and they will need it in the Champions League. Arsenal go into this game with good tidings because Martin Odegaard are returning in the last 2 games of boy. Omunya any relapse on the ball nobody in terms of the injury. Thomas Partey returning here. Declan Rice are expecting to get back into the team, and then they are going away to go and play against a Sporting side. Very good record. It's a very close call. A tough Arsenal
and
side.
I don't think so. I'm a new coach. No, but it's Sunday, my baby.
No. Why are you going tricky? Because if you are looking at a possible lineup, it's still the back 3 of those.
Me can't in terms of team play.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit tricky.
Yeah.
But personally, there, of course, players know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's exactly what our TV tried.
But the game we Arsenal person shot.
Yeah.
I'm control.
You see,
Arsenal should be able to control the game.
Going to play away, you see, Mikel Arteta style of playing the Champions League will be different from the English Premier League.
Okay.
I think that although this weekend we saw Arteta play a little bit more fluid, Odegaard more creative chances now. I think that in the Champions League, the game plan for Mikel Arteta will be to more pragmatic. More pragmatic. The control can come like you're saying, but maybe they will want to have the control without the ball. Into your sports now, you can have the ball. But we'll leave you to it. You have a chance and we break and they will hit you with a turnover spell on him. Yet it's a Sporting. We'll still go back with Gonzalo Inacio, Osman Diamonde as part of our back training in Fiifi on him. You expect to say Giovanni Quenda, a player at Manchester United, to join our branch FL Ruben Amorim at United, Morten Højlund, Hedima Morita, and Jenny Gatamo. And we make it a midfield 3, you know. Then of course Marcus Edwards, Francesco Trincao, and our branch finish Victor Gyökeres, and we need as the number 9 for Team FL Sporting CP. A tough game for Arsenal. And I think, like you are saying, Rich, Arsenal will be a different proposition to their Sporting Fono in Manchester City. Sporting Fono were good against City, but it was a City side without the leadership at the back and the defensive solidity in the middle. And if Arsenal are coming with Declan Rice, and they are coming with 2 centre-backs who are experienced and are good in terms of playing each other in William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, I'm expecting that these 2 will give Arsenal a lot of cover defensively than City were able to give to Team FL Sporting CP. For me, an Arsenal double chance just to guide the money away at the Stadio Jose de Avalade. But then Arsenal double chance.
Arsenal will lose again.
Away. So then Pep will have another chance. Like Gabi kind of Rich. Pep say, "Opa, more funny players than Marana Monshadi." Because what is it? I say, Pep, no, I say, baby, Drew, I say, he is not motivated again. He has lost it. So maybe they should just let him go. Pep says that last night. We're losing key center defenders. Or see, we're losing the best player also in the world. According to Muamba Mokokotoye, Rodri is the best player in the world. If you want to know where his team really are, then you should bring him his players. But Michel Mokanche Joseph Guardiola say,
baby, I'm in the yard. Baby, I'm in the yard.
Obian for player, the players are injured.
If you say, says anything, coach,
exactly. I make us a
Obia player. Oh, somebody's been playing.
Yes, Mikel.
Now then, Arsenal players, baby. Arsenal.
Madrid players are pretty prancher.
This is the time as also you're good at.
Exactly. Inti Pep is one of the greatest managers of all time. This is the time where he has to remind everybody, Nintia, or one of the best ever to have stand by the touchline to coach the game. And standing right in front of them, a final side, almost a very solid Champions League. Both in the Dutch Eredivisie, any coming to play in the Champions League final have been very, very good. In fact, so on the table, they are not there in the top 8, no, but at 21 position of final that one with 4 points. Same on points as Atalanta, Man City, Juventus, Arsenal and the Bayern Leverkusen into a team and yet that easy 1 win and a draw no almost against team your friend Man City now unreach Abra not Tottenham echo it hard no we all thought say the point for the resurgence the turnaround the BC war and the Ange Postecoglou Tottenham call and change something but I think say the game plan that Ange Postecoglou call it hard no I doubt that final will do that at the Etihad. Tottenham normally are very bold, very bold. Almost you saw a lot of players to press City. They overload City in the last line, in the first line of press every time to make sure so many turnovers. And that is why our first goal nearby if you are branch friend Dejan Kulusevski creating it from wide area and finding a branch friend James Maddison. Same for the second one in the middle of the park. Again, the creator Dejan Kulusevski because of the boldness of team and your friend Tori Mosfe. I doubt. Say final for no Eddie Beba and they will be that's bold when playing against team and friend City. We know say even without City for issues in terms of players to make prepare on the starting lineup, Ederson will be back in post, Manola Kanji, John Stones, Kylie Walker, Nathan Akebe making back four. No. Still, the leadership of Ruben Diaz out, Matias Nunez, Rico Lewis, Ebejinan Fiifi because our branch friend Mateo Kovacic Swepra, Savinho, Kevin De Bruyne, Phil Foden, and Ellen, Bright Haaland, ebe leading the lines no, for them. What is a rich? Adia Bakupa aha Pep any Man City this season. I say in about the last 5 games, Rich Ellen Haaland goes nimba. Goes nimba. I say Ayira and before Kevin De Bruyne will create
control game.
It's not there. And it's like but Rich, the truth also is that out of this time, Ellen Haaland have had 35 shots. 15 of them have been on target. In fact, on the last game against Tottenham, on your good chances before Tottenham started clashing. Against Brighton, he got chances that on a regular day, Haaland Beshe, but he couldn't score. So, in the XG performance no form, the chances sometimes do come, but he's not converting them, and it is worrying for Pep Guardiola. The bad thing, however, is that still City ain't goals from other places. Abra Pep teams, you can get goals from about 4 or 5 players. Savinho, first game against Chelsea, you see, the new Riyad Mahrez number, he has not lived up to the billing as it stands now. Foden this season hasn't really played like the Foden winning the PFA Player of the Year. No? Kevin De Bruyne is now returning. I just believe, say, fear against team a final team, yes, that are decent, but will not be as bold as Storian were able to be. No? I think the City will be able to get a job done, and they are going to win. It is a similar story. Saying it, so Oko Munjik Honoma. Now, only the certain rich. Start Brestois, start Brest. We give some about this season the Champions League. We unbeaten. We need 3 and we draw 1. Now, the funny thing is that if you go to the French League you're close to relegation. This weekend, we losing 3-2 to Monaco. Very close to relegation. But in the Champions League, that's wrong. So, I don't know the kind of former start Brest for
the Liverpool story.
The Liverpool story.
On your EPL in the Champions League, they were
not said at that time. No, Liverpool ball games, not EPL, no, all strike under Jurgen Klopp, but Champions League, not all share. So that's what start Brest is bringing to a friend. Is Munji calling to go and play against FC Barcelona. But you see, Rich, Barca are at a very critical mode. And then if you go in front of Sport and most of the pro Barca papers almost say the European test. And Hansi Flick, after the last game in a game against Celta Vigo, the report was that they were for the players. No? According to Hansi Flick and Sport and the likes close to Barca, no, they are picking up and they say Barca players now beginning to get complacent of the recent wins in the league and in the Champions League. And Hansi Flick has to stamp that out. And I think that this presents a very good opportunity for Barca to be able to do that job. My problem, however, is that so what Hansi Flick born power as direct as what Jurgen Klopp any Abrante your friend onslaught Liverpool. Very direct. And Utina time almost call down almost 2-0. Na Casado already red card. Now only Pedri Gavi Fimo. Even the controllers of the game when Frankie de Jong was on, yes, Frankie got fully fit, but Barca failed to control the game and keep the ball consistently because the game plan from Hansi Flick and he said, you move quickly through the channels. Chance until Barca were quick to play in between the lines. And I think that in games like this, in the Champions League, like Brest, you don't really know what they'll throw at you. Barca should manage and control the game better. Brest for now have scored a goal in almost every first half. Barca have scored 3 goals each time beyond in the Champions League this season. Of course, still a branch of Lamine Yamal out of this game, and Yadio Bobi Yeti said the starting lineup is going to be Koundé, Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, Inaki Peña. The last game was very good. Hector Fort back into the team. Marc Casado, Fermin Lopez, Pedri, Rafinha, Lewandowski, and branch of Danny Olmo should lead the lines over there. I think the Barca have what it takes to retain.
Before I call the next game, young Kai Barca for say. Yeah. Omabo against Monaco, a friend side, Lucy.
Yeah.
Though is on our away game.
Yeah.
This time, almost another friend side.
Best.
But we do a move home. We did kind of Kayomo. Says Omura Fia.
EBSC. Okay.
Ha, and Nancy, so Marco Bodrubi.
Almost lose to Sociedad.
Almost lose to Sociedad.
And as some Monaco match, only the red card. Sociedad, a match, and Celta Vigo match is only the red card.
Okay, you percent repetition, be able to be
a bar.
Yeah, run with a catch a car. We
are the senior by the
yeah, become one. Yeah, Moby. You don't feel. Yeah, for Champions League, I answer. Yeah,
my next season will be.
Oh, sure.
Hey, next season.
Yeah, boy, Champions League.
All right. Yeah,
Champions League.
I think that arguably Bayern versus Paris Saint-Germain are the biggest of the games and ever cost a Champions League. And it's the biggest for a reason. In terms of the two teams, no. So Germany are Bayern the biggest boy. So France are the biggest boy, obviously, Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Bayern keep a very, very good home record. And even playing against Paris Saint-Germain, they seldom lose matches against Paris Saint-Germain. Bayern for this year, Paris Saint-Germain, but one of the things that we are buying near Bavaria, so show team say the last time I buy an Elusu match in the Champions League was in 2021, and Paris Saint-Germain and Babesheno. So they have a history. Luis Enrique ex-national catcher said they will play their game because they believe that they've been unlucky. Our Champions League, they believe that those matches are going to be good, and this one is one of those matches. Maybe they can get a job done. The thing is that in the last 5 games, since Bayern echo away to Barcelona, Coco, Lucy, or Obian Shomo, and in all of those games, I'm conceding. I'm in the Champions League, I'm against Benfica, I'm in the league consistently. Vincent Company side are getting the results that they have to get, and they would hope to continue it for Luis Enrique. Bonama be doom so or show in the La Liga, but to 2 coin Champions League, no problem number up till now. The balance they want to get post killing with Tony Mbappe and my old team, and I think that it is a big worry. Yeah, say the back 4 is going to be of Alphonso Davies, Kim Jamin, Dio Pamecano, Rafael Guerrero, Leon Goretzka, and Joshua Kimmich will come back into the middle as a 6 and 8. Kingsley Coman, Jamal Musiala, you're back, and Michael Olise, ever keeping the weight. Then a bunch of friend Harry Kane, of course, on the side of Paris Saint-Germain, Bradley Barcola, Marco Asensio, Ousmane Dembele, Wanza, Emi Vitinha, and Jean Neves making Fiifi and Ashraf Hakimi extending the contract over the week. Marquinhos, William Pacho, and a branch of friend Nuno Mendes, and import a branch of friend Gigi Duna Roma, which you see
strong first 11 for my men kind of strong 10.
Most of them
for Paris Saint-Germain. Pacho no nyade.
Mine was one year, Pacho.
Pacho no. Kofi Pacho no nyade.
Pacho ni rate.
Or in the combination with Marquinhos.
Ni rate is 7.1.
Oh, one of these are the man.
A so far score for
oh. Emfa.
So far score for ni man.
Emfa. Pacho ni nkoye. And a Donnarumma no so Gini Hudi.
I think that a whole team a lack balance.
Oh no, coach no so Gini Hudi. Minim too much.
Me Gini Paris Saint-Germain team lack balance. And why do I say so? You are playing Marco Asensio as your number 9.
Mm-hmm.
In a
Who is
game
not a typical number 9?
Exactly. In a game like this, I can hear more attacking balance. Who are the threat from wide areas? Man, Dembele beat me here. Bradley Barcola, one of the skillful and skilled players Albania or Champions League game. But in Fiifi, you want about here proper number 9, you don't have it. Randall Kolomwani misfire. Gonzalo Ramos, Ebemo, Babe, Messiah until so many years injury or Hodom. In the middle of the park, I think the Paris Saint-Germain were a very, very decent team. If Fabian Ruiz, Krabba, Beshimni, and it's even better. João Neves, Vitinha, Wayne Emery, a very, very good side. But the balance, it is a bunch of any personal campaign be back after Sani Achilles injury.
I know,
it's so bad.
Chairman Patrick,
you are going to get Kimpembe, any a bunch of any Marquinhos. If you the most credible for these two teams, and they say we know that goals will flow. Say if you there, not buy any Paris Saint-Germain, but that's all this so now Kokoda. I won't give me there. Then the goals will come between the two teams. So meaning so over 1.5 every form. All of them are go for over 2.5. All of them are go for it. If not also Paris Bayern friends, the Bayern double chance a little bit small. I be enough for you. Then you choose any of that zone. I think that we've spoken about the major ones. If you ever call away to go and be against Slavan, a match here, Giri say AC what it takes. Slavan for an ancient match, but crowd Champions League and they are not good enough. Atletico will call away to Spartak Prague. A difficult side to play, but an Atletico double chance should not be bad enough. That is it. Our Champions League and the matches now. Analysis near here, no bet coach na ni nyina that's no so are you ready inti. So why you ready? Just take a pen and a paper. Say who tie me ade bia me ka say bia person protect to seek person conservative. And until na bia me code ni me chemu miensa ema. Baku o ma eno de e omo akuku duro pa no. No twa na they are toss na call baby. Some of them to are very conservative. You know about 98% chance e be di inti. Why you ready there? Me bobo ni nyina ama 3 slips and then the dem on the Champions League day e wa ha say iti say why you ready me bobo ama first one rich 11 F66 D09. That's the first code. Second code no 11 F66 240. That's the second code. The last code no 11 F68 6D A. The 3 codes for a Champions League.